Hello everyone. I welcome you all to the another video lecture. In last lecture we have seen output equation as well as a main dimension. In this video lecture now we'll study estimation of the main dimension, that is estimation of main dimension. In design of AC machine, that is three-phase induction motor, main dimension, that is D, that is diameter of stator core, and L, that is length of stator core. So in this lecture we'll take one example and we'll try to solve and to estimate the main dimension D as well as L. Before we start calculating our main dimension, normally there is a specification of motor available, that is either in kilowatt or that is in HP. As per our output equation, Q, that is always in kVA. So before we further proceed, we need to convert either kilowatt or HP quantity into kVA. So how to convert? Suppose it is given in kilowatt. So kVA, that is kilowatt divided by power factor and multiplied by efficiency, that is kilowatt divided by power factor and efficiency. Suppose it is given in HP, then again kVA, that is HP multiplied by 0.746. This is exactly equal to the kilowatt, and then we can divide it by power factor and efficiency. So while calculating or while estimation these two quantities, we should always consider first to convert either kilowatt to kVA or HP to kVA. So that is one thing. Second, how to estimate our main dimension? In case of output equation, we know that Q, that is CO multiplied by D square L multiplied by NS, where D square L, that is known as our volume, and we know that it is our main dimension, while NS, that is our synchronous speed, and CO, that is our output coefficient, and therefore D square L is equal to Q divided by CO multiplied by NS. So from this given data we are able to calculate value of D square L. So that is known as volume of the machine, and that is always in meter cube. Now our next step, that is separation of D and L. So how to separate D and L? So for this matter, now we have to consider a ratio of stator length to pole pitch. Pole pitch, we know, that is pi d upon p. So we consider the ratio of L by tau p to estimate or to separate the main dimension, that is d and L. Normally we take ratio L by tau p that is equal to 1. For a very good design, overall good design, we require this ratio, overall good design. We can take this ratio as either 1 to 1.25. This is known as, or this is required for good power factor. We can take this ratio as a 1.5. This ratio is required for good efficiency. We can take this ratio as 1.5 to 2, and that is for the minimum cost. So as we go on increasing the ratio, the diameter reduce. So diameter reduce, then weight, cost decrease. So it becomes less and less costly. But normally we take a ratio around 1 for overall good design. Practically we take nearly about 0.65 to 0.7. This is our standard rating to consider this ratio. So this much of estimation is required. So now let us start with one example. So let us consider one example, and we have given data. Then we will calculate our main dimension. Suppose we have given data. We have the rating, that is 11 kilowatt, 400 volt, 3 phase, 4 pole, delta connected induction motor, specific magnetic loading, that is given, specific magnetic loading, that is 0.45 Weber per meter square. Specific ampere conductor, a specific electric loading. These two quantities are very important while designing our main dimension. So that is 23,000 ampere conductor. We have efficiency 0.85, and we have power factor that is equal to 0.88. Suppose consider L by tau ratio is equal to 1. Sometimes this data is given, sometimes we have to assume. Suppose for good overall design, if we require our main dimension, then we have to consider again this ratio as a 1. Now calculate main dimension. This is very basic numerical to estimate or to calculate the main dimension, but as we proceed for our next designs, stator, rotor, the first step, that is always to find the main dimension. So all or everybody should know how to find the main dimension, that is our diameter and L. So in this numerical we'll try to calculate our main dimension, that is D and L. D is the diameter of the stator core and L is the length of the stator core. So we'll solve this one by one, right, step by step. So step number 1. So step number 1, that is convert or calculate kVA value. This is our first step, calculate kVA value. So as we discussed, kVA, that is Q, that is kW divided by power factor multiplied by efficiency. Just we discussed it. So kilowatt, it is given 11 kilowatt. Power factor, that is given 0.88, and efficiency is given 0.85. So let us calculate 11 divided by 0.88 divided by 0.85. So it comes to 14.70. So it is 14.70 kVA. Now our step 1 is complete. So we have calculated kVA rating. Then second step. So step number 2, will follow certain steps. So when you calculate, you should know that how to proceed further. So step number 2, that is to calculate speed in RPS. So that is revolution per second. Normally it is not given, or sometimes if it is given, that is also in revolution per minute. So we know the equation, that is 2 multiplied by F and divided by P. So 2 multiplied by 50. If frequency is not given, we can always assume, and the number of pole, that is given 4. So it is 25 RPS. So our step number 2 is complete, right? Now step number 3, that is very important. Step number 3, that is to calculate output coefficient. So we have two quantities available, that is one is our RPS, and before that we have calculated our kVA rating, right? So now step 3. In step 3 we have to calculate our output coefficient. So CO, we know the equation, that is 1.11 pi square BAV, that is specific magnetic loading, AC multiplied by kW multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. See, now sometime winding factor is given, sometime it is not given. If it is not given, we can always assume, let us assume kW as 0.955. This we can always assume, right, if it is not given. So now let us calculate CO. 1.11 multiplied by 3.14 square multiplied by 0.45 Weber per meter square multiplied by 23 into 10 raised to 3, 23,000 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3 and multiplied by 0.955. So I normally write 23 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 to remove or to cancel out 10 raised to minus 3 and 10 raised to 3. So our calculation becomes easy. So again, now let us calculate 1.11 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 0.45 multiplied by 23 multiplied by 0.955. So that is 108.17. So 108.17. So this is our third quantity. So 108.17. So we have completed our step 3, right? So now we proceed to step number 4. So let us consider step number 4, that is to calculate volume of the machine, right? So step number 4. Step number 4. If we go systematically, then it is very easy to design our main dimension. So step number 4, that is to calculate volume. So volume, we know our output equation, that is CO, d square L and NS. So in this equation we know that d square L, that is our volume, right? All other quantities we have Q, we have output coefficient, we have a revolution per second. So therefore d square L is equal to Q divided by CO multiplied by NS. So now Q, that is 14.70, we have just calculated. Then CO, that is 108.17 multiplied by speed, that is 25 revolution per second. So now let us calculate 14.7 divided by 108.7 divided by 25. So it comes to 0.0054. It is meter cube. See, it is volume and it is always in meter cube. So we have calculated our volume. So now we further proceed to our step number 5, and that is our last step. So this is our d square L and this is known as a volume. So now step number 5, and this is last step, right? Step number 5. So step number 5, that is to calculate D and L, or we can write to separate D and L. Here D and L both are together as a volume, so we have to separate D and L. So these two quantities we have to separate, D and L. So at this point now we have to consider the ratio given. Let us take L by tau, that is equal to 1, right? This is given. So based on this we can have, and therefore L is equal to tau. Tau we know that it is pi d divided by p. So if we substitute this value, then 3.14 divided by 4 multiplied by d. Now let us calculate. Therefore L is equal to 3.14 divided by 4, that comes to 0.785, 0.785 times d. we have established this relationship. This relationship is very important, right? L is equal to 0.785 times D. So now let us substitute the value of L into volume, that is our D square L. So by substituting, let us substitute value of L into D square L, right? So D square multiplied by L is 0.785 D, and that is equal to 0.0054, right? So D cube is equal to 0.0054 divided by 0.785. So it comes to 0.0054 divided by 0.785. So that comes to 0.00687, right? So this is D cube, and therefore D is equal to, so we have to take a cube root of this equation. So let us take a cube root of 0.00687. So it comes to 0.190, that is always in meter. So one of the quantity we have find out, D now is available. So based on this value of D, previously we have derived one relationship, and therefore we know that L is equal to 0.785 D. So now value of D is available. So 0.785 multiplied by 0.190, we have substituted value of D. So it comes to, again let us calculate, 0.785 multiplied by 0.190, then it comes to 0.149, 0.149. This is value of L, and that is also in meter. So now we have calculated both the value. So now ultimately the main dimension of the machine we have available. So therefore main dimension of given induction motor, that is D is equal to 0.190 meter, and L, that is equal to 0.149 meter. So this is, we have calculated value of D and L. So this is how to estimate values of main dimension from the given data. We'll further also will do practice of this type of numericals to find out the main dimension, because main dimensions are very important, and based on the main dimension we can further design our induction motor. So thank you for watching my video. Keep watching my videos, and if you like, you can subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.